Grand Rising, my beautiful souls, Grand Rising. Today is April 2026 and it's 6:11 a.m. And I hope you guys can hear me. I hope wherever you are at, you're doing well. I have the screen black for a reason. Um, I want to talk about the grays. Okay, the grays. Now, the reason why I want to talk about the grays is okay, so one day, let me tell you guys a story. So one day I was sleeping in bed and these beings were around my bed. Okay. Now I can tell. Okay. So, and I can read energy. Okay. So when they appeared around my bed, they were in red robes. Okay. Their eyes look like, okay, like I'm looking into space. There's nothing there. Okay. Now, this is going to be my part one. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me. So they came in red robes, and I didn't know what aliens were at first because the way they appeared with the robes on was for me not to pick up energy. Okay. Now, what's interesting is they just stood around me and looked at me. Okay. And I'm telepathically communicating, like, what are you doing here? Okay. Not verbally, telepathically. Okay. This was, I think, a couple years ago. Okay. 2 years ago, to be exact. Okay. I had encounters with them where I might see them passing by, but not where, okay. So this encounter was short and brief. Now you know how people believe that they're being taken somewhere. Okay, they didn't take me nowhere. Okay, they're not. Well, they are, and let me see. You're not going up. Okay, you perceive that you're going up because you're seeing a bright light. Now, also, people have talked about violated. Okay, and what I mean violated is they feel like they have some kind of um, how can I say, interaction, a physical interaction. Okay, they don't understand. They wake up, they might be sore or um, feeling violated. Okay, um, it's because you are being violated by them. So, what I did last night was on somebody I channeled before. Okay, now I did not know at the time that he talked about these beings, right? And the Africans used to wear um, protecting, especially the men, okay, protecting guards over their sacred area, okay. Now, I channeled him because I experience on these interactions and stuff, right? Um, and what I was shown was the ones that I believe that I seen in the robe were those, okay. Now I'm going to explain something. They're not taking you up. You're perceiving that you're going up because, okay, that false light is to make you perceive that you're being taken up, but you're actually being taken to an hospital or you're being taken down, okay, down. And what I'm down is like a facility, okay, but a facility underground or a hospital. Okay, they operate in hospitals. They um I'll tell you guys, this is gonna sound crazy so, and I said this in a previous video. I said, what if people are perceiving that they're being taken up and they're really being taken to a hospital? And how I can prove that is that light at the hospital. When you look at that light, right, that light is a false light. Okay, it's not a real light. Okay, it's a false light. So you perceive from the if you want to say human brain, that you're being taken up, because first thing you see a false light, right? And some people may say they feel like they're in a spacecraft, right? But what if you're not in a spacecraft? What if that spacecraft that you perceive is a spacecraft? Now there's two things that could be going on here. Okay, just follow me and listen to me, you guys. Okay, one, it could be a craft, but operated and controlled by I don't even know if I can say it. Um, it's being operated and controlled. Okay, and you're perceiving it's a craft, but it's not a craft. Well, it is. It's not like you're perceiving it. It's in the sky. Okay, man-made craft. Let's put it like that. Now, why do I believe they're here? Why do I believe they've always been here? I'm gonna tell you why. I don't feel like they work alone. Okay. Now, what is taking your um, DNA and your, especially with men, they're taking something of a man, and a woman, they're violating a woman. So I remember a case, okay, just follow me, guys, where a lady said that she felt like she was pregnant. Just listen, but she wasn't. Okay, um, I believe this is what's happening. Okay, so they're making hybrid race. Okay, a hybrid race of beings. Okay, um, they're not fully um, grace. Okay, now the reason I believe they appeared to me like that, I know that I could have picked up on a true form, and not just a true form, who they truly were. Okay, now they didn't take me nowhere. They just stood over me for a couple of seconds. Okay, I think what they were trying to do was get information. Okay, um, yeah, right. So they're taking people to hospitals. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, hospitals. They work in hospitals. Um, that light at the hospital, I don't believe it's a real light. I believe it's a false light. I believe it's the same light that you perceive that you're seeing on a craft. Okay, but they're okay down. Okay, on land and down. Okay, but you perceive you're being taken up. Okay, now the only way I can prove this, if you have had experience or an encounter, okay, you remember two things: light. When there was a lady that was telling her story, and I was picking up her energy, okay, and I was like, something's not right here, okay. With the story, she was telling her story; it was her truth, right? But the abduction that she believed that was abduction happened on the physical plane, okay. And she was taken on the physical plane, okay, but she perceived she was taken on the astral plane, okay, she was taken up, but she wasn't taken up, she was still here on the was taken down, not up, okay, as above so below, okay, she was taken below and on the physical plane, okay. So there is two things she said, okay. She said she's seen a light. When she said that, it brought me to a hospital. Second, she said she's seen an operating room, okay. The operating room was a hospital room. Now, what I was getting from that lady's energy, what I was getting from somebody that I have channeled, he is no longer here in the he's on another he's on another helping humanity, but not here, okay, on another parallel um I'm gonna say parallel universe, okay. He's helping, okay, he's teaching actually, okay. So I even asked him, okay, because I have channeled him before he has came through, and I'm waiting for him to come back through because the universe. Thank you. That's what he's saying. Now he's saying it in his language, which I believe it is Swahili, okay, or Zulu, no Swahili too. So I don't know what he means by Zulu, okay. Um, their main objective is to get your DNA and your DNA in a man's in a woman's, to reproduce. Okay. Now the reason why they want to reproduce is because they want to make um, hybrids, but they want the hybrid race that is not awareness. Okay. Um, so this is sliced DNA. Okay. They're slicing it. Now I will do a reading too far in this of what I'm seeing. Somebody asked me to do a reading on these I'm not going to give you guys what I'm, but somebody asked me to do a reading on them and I've never did one. Um it's just because I haven't had the time to do it, and now I understand what people are actually seeing. Okay, they're seeing the hybrids of this race. So you're not being taken up. Now you can perceive you're being taken up because of the spacecraft, but the spacecrafts are really not spacecrafts, they're really planes, okay. um, but you're being taken down, so think of it as you're being taken to a hospital setting or you're being taken underground, okay. Those two things, you're not being taken up, okay. I'm telling you, you're not being taken up, but you perceive you are because of that false light, okay. That false light is so bright that it kind of like kind of reminds me of the sun, how the sun has that false light to it. It's the same thing. Hey, okay. So we're gonna leave it here, and then I'm gonna come back. He's actually teaching on a parallel universe. He is teaching, also working with. You guys won't believe who he's working with. Okay, but he's here to help. Um, he's here to help us. Okay, he was always um, but he's working with another to help mankind. The species that he's working with, you guys are not gonna believe this if I tell you. Um, I'm gonna tell you guys that in the next video, okay? Because I'm like, when I was waiting for him to come because I kept channeling, and he wouldn't come. He finally came, and I was telling him like, I don't believe like people are being taken up. I believe they're going to hospitals and they're being taken down, okay? And he verified. Now he was speaking. He was saying something like, um, I think it's Swahili, okay? He's from South Africa. You guys know who I'm talking about because I did videos on him before. Credo, Credo, because I know by, and that's okay. Credo, um, and I never knew that they used to wear, the men used to wear something and the women used to wear something, okay, to protect yourself um, from these beings getting a sample of their um, fluids, okay, to reproduce this species, okay. Um, and this is going to lead me into something else I want to talk about, okay. Another encounter people have been having and they don't know these um, people are coming from, okay. They're not coming from above, they're coming from on earth and below, okay. Um, they're quite interesting. The next ones I'm going to talk about. The reason why I said quite interesting to full growth, okay? But they do cause havoc in the sense where if you encounter one, which is not, it's very rare they encounter them. I they were made in a laboratory, okay, and they were made for a specific reason through let's say military, okay, and they were made to distract in um, what I'm seeing here is to distract in combat and distract um, because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing them distracted. Like you wouldn't think because they're young that they're um, and they're also a distraction because they don't go to they don't come to full um, a full adulthood. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here. So if you have ever had a abduction, right? You're not taken up, okay? You're taken to a hospital, okay? You're taken underground, but you perceive you're being taken up because of the false light. The false light is to make you perceive that you're being taken up, okay? Now, the actual craft is also a military craft, okay? Wow. And see, where they fucked up with me is when they wore the red robes, okay? Because it was to throw me off, okay? And they did throw me off in the sense is when I seen it before, they didn't have a red robe on, but they came this time with a red robe. That's what threw me off, okay? But I know who they were, okay? They are what a lot of people would call, okay? In many cultures, they have many different names, okay? They're not coming from above, they're coming from below. Okay. Now, if you look in my dad's tribe, okay, I even channel my and see, this is another thing. So you have the false light and then you have the false relatives. So you have to be very mindful of this, okay? So they are coming, and they were always told that they come from the ground. I have a video of one of them coming from the dam. Okay, they don't come from above, they come from below. But you perceive they come from above because of the false light. The false light is for you to perceive that they're coming from above, but they're really coming from below. So, you know the saying, as above, so below. Okay, they're coming from below. They're actually coming from, um, like they're underneath mountains. They stay underneath mountains, caves, systems, but they're not coming from above. They're coming from below. Okay. Now, with help and assistance from and my grandmother, because I remember um, my grandmother, they used to call them. There was something, another name for them. It's in Spanish, okay, but they from below. They're the same ones, okay. And the light is false, and that is why they didn't have me, because they know I would pick up everything that was false. What we need to talk about is there was a girl that, I don't know, she came on my page and she asked me, and I never forget, and it kept coming to her, okay? Maybe because she was fertile, I don't know. And she asked me why she was violated, okay? The reason why is because of these beings, and they've been doing this for a very long time, guys, okay? Very, very long time, okay? But the light that they're showing you the false light, right? Then you see them. The reason why you see the light first before them is because it's false. Okay. So if you see them before you see the light, then you would know, okay, they're not coming from above, they're coming from below. Okay. That's why they show the false light first. Okay, that's even when you cross out your physical body, you're seeing that false light. It's the same thing. Okay, it's false. Okay. This is Jennifer Felix. Tell me your thoughts on this. But this is what I'm getting. And I've been waiting for him to come through. Finally came through. He's actually teaching. And if I tell you race he's teaching it, you'll be shocked. But he's here to help. He's still here. He's in parallel universes. He's still here to help us. Okay, have awareness. Okay, and that's what he was doing while he was here. Okay, he was here to help um, people have awareness. Okay, he's no longer with us. Okay, but he is with us. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. So if you ever had a experience where you felt like you were abducted, you were not taken up, you were taken down. Okay, you were taken to a hospital. They work in hospitals. They perceive them to be. Okay, they walk in the hospitals. They work in the hospitals. Prove it is through the sun, the light of the sun. You know how you're driving, right? You're driving, and the sun is so bright where you can't see in front of you, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Now, when you have a abduction, it's the same light. Okay, it's false. So the light is so false, it's so bright that you perceive that you're being taken up, because they show you that light first and then they appear. Okay, the reason why they show you the light first and appear, perceive um, that You're being taken up and you're really being taken down and you're really still here on this state of plane. Okay. But where, so what you can do is when you sleep, okay, you can put something over the reproductive area to protect yourself. This is what they used to do in the past. Okay. Um, and this is where they got those, I believe they got those chastity belts from. Okay. To protect yourself from these beings. Okay. Um, Felix, this is for entertainment purposes. I must say, I don't know 100% the energy that I got and the falseness and the realness, and I'm going past the falseness and getting to the realness and to the I'm going past the illusions. Okay, the illusions is the false light. The illusions are they're coming from above and they're really coming from below. Okay, that's okay. The truth is they work in hospitals. The truth is they work in cave systems, mountains. That's the truth. Okay. There is a hybrid race that will be on my part two. And I will tell you who he's working with. Okay. To help mankind. Credo. Okay. He's here to help on a parallel universe. Okay. This is Jennifer Felix. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Um, yeah, so my phone is watching me right now, and when I screenshot it, there's a green dot on the right hand. Um, so it's a list, okay. It's also it's not just listening to me; it's recording me, it's watching me, okay. And I want to talk about this in a video I did on. I'm going to talk about this more. So I took a screenshot. You can't see it. I have my other phone, which I will show you. So when the green dot comes on your phone on the right hand side, that is listening, that is a surveillance, illegal surveillance. And if you knew who was surveillancing you, you could sue them. Okay. It's illegal surveillance. Okay. But I want to show you guys something that is going to really, you guys are going to be like, holy shit. Okay. I've been noticing for quite some time now, probably about, well, shit, longer than I talked about it in one of my videos. Okay. So I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, this is Jennifer Phillips. I believe that the alien abductions, the light you're seeing is a false light. It's the same light you're seeing at the hospital. It's the same light you're seeing as far as the sun, because we have many suns. Okay, and when you're driving, that light where it's blinding you, that is false light. Okay, that's why if you notice, and you never seen this before, the sun is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. The reason why is because it's a false light. Okay, there's many suns. Okay, and this is why people are also indeed because the original sun is being cloaked. Okay, and they have the false suns. Okay, and I will explain that too maybe in another video. But this is Jennifer Felix. Hit the like button, guys. I don't get paid for this at all. But I'm doing this because this is what I'm here to do. Okay. So this is my purpose and I'm walking in my purpose. Okay, guys? All right. You guys have a blessed day wherever you guys are. Okay. And if you ever had experience, let me know. So, and we can talk more about this in part two. Thank you guys.